Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
New guidelines are in for those still wanting to get their COVID-19 vaccine. WYMT's Dakota Makers talked with a local doctor about why those guidelines have changed.
If you are waiting on your second dose of a COVID vaccine, CDC officials announced the wait time is now 8 weeks between doses. Infectious disease specialist Dr. Ferris Cotter says this is for the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines, especially in those aged 12 to 39.
Studies have shown that these patients have less risk to develop what we call myocarditis or pericarditis, which is inflammation around the heart.
He says the 8-week period helps reduce the risk of heart inflammation in those patients, also known as myocarditis, but adds the 8-week period is for any age group.
These patients have more incidence, yet still small, of heart inflammation if the second dose is given 3 weeks for the Pfizer or 4 weeks for the Moderna after the first dose. They notice that they have a very strong inflammation.
CDC members plan to update their masking guidance on Friday.
We have more data about the Omicron wave, and we know it's going down. And it's a good thing because the public, honestly, surveys have showed that the public is tired from all these guidelines.
But you should still wear a mask if you are at high risk. In Hazard, Dakota Makers, WYMT Mountain News.
The good news, myocarditis is treated with medicine like Aleve and sometimes steroids. Now, there will be much more about the new mask guidance announced late this afternoon, coming up at 6:30 on the CBS Evening News. Well, here's a look at the state's COVID report. Kentucky added 2,202 new cases today, bringing our state total to more than 1,274,000. Kentucky also added 38 new deaths today, increasing the state total to 13,758. The positivity rate is now just below 10%, and that's the first time it's been below 10% in quite a long time.
For the most part, it's been a cloudy one around the mountains today. We've kept mostly the cold temperatures around as well. Last night we saw those chilly temperatures to start. We warmed up to near 60, and that's what's going to go down as the high for today. Now we've dropped into the 30s, and we stay there for tonight. High knob camera at UVA Wise. Well, we're getting that next frame in, but in any case, you see the point. We're in the low 30s. With overcast. That hasn't allowed us to get back into the warm air at all. You see, we're overcast here at WYMT here in Hazard. But you notice something else. We're not dealing with any rain. Temperatures remain in the low 30s for most, few mid to upper 30s, but we are slowly cooling those off. Like I said, Wise already at freezing, as are Moorhead and Williamsburg. Cloud covers kept us cold today, and we'll slowly start to see that decrease overnight. Mostly cloudy skies turn partly cloudy late, upper 20s for overnight lows tonight. Could go even cooler if you do happen to catch a little bit of clearing. I'll have the latest on when we warm up coming up in just a few minutes. And I think for those of you who like warm weather, you're going to like this forecast.
I can tell you I do already. That's a sneak peek. All right, thank you, Evan. Route 3024 in Floyd County is closed after a large rockslide this morning. The Floyd County Sheriff's Office says the closing is near the bottom of the hill and near the entrance from Route 321 between Auxure and Prestonsburg. Quite a mess there. They are asking drivers to use Route 302 as an alternate route to access Stonecrest Mountain. A Somerset man was arrested this morning after police say he was found passed out in another person's car. 41-year-old Scott Nevels was arrested in Laurel County. Police say they found Nevels drunk in someone's car. Nevels is being charged with public intoxication and criminal trespassing. A major settlement for Kentuckians. Attorney General Daniel Cameron announced a more than $480 million settlement with companies responsible for creating and fueling the opioid epidemic. That's part of a larger settlement with drug maker Johnson & Johnson, as well as 3 distributors. More money is going to several other states. Attorney General Daniel Cameron says the money will go toward tackling Kentucky's opioid crisis through education, prevention, and treatment. WYMT's Zach Hawk spoke with local officials about what this could mean for our region.
You're glad that you're going to get the settlement, but you're sad for all the families that had to endure this process.
House Bill 427 lays out how money from the settlement is to be divided. 50% goes to the Commonwealth's Opioid Abatement Advisory Commission, and 50% goes to city and county governments.
It sends a message that we as a Commonwealth are united and that we can tackle the big challenges, that it's time to put this epidemic behind us.
Some people can put this behind them and to know that they was not the cause of this, that they was a bigger player and a bigger factor in this role.
Programs that assist people with treatment, education, employment, and some nonprofits will likely be tasked with the work of drug abatement.
If allocated properly, the settlement funding will be instrumental in helping more Kentuckians reach long-term recovery and lead healthy, productive lives.
ARC has an innovative treatment program that could serve as a model for a comprehensive way to fight addiction.
And we call it Crisis to Career, which a lot of men and women come into this program in crisis and they leave with a career.
That is the sort of program some counties could model, and with funding tailored to its needs.
I would like to see us set up a trade program through our inmate population.
That is one example of the sort of work that will continue in the fight against addiction. In Perry County, Zach Hawk, WYMT Mountain News.
The $483 million awarded to Kentucky will be distributed throughout 18 months. Officials anticipate the national distributor will receive the funds in April and begin sending out the money sometime during the summer of 2022. Troopers in the Olive Hill area are investigating a shooting. When troopers arrived on the scene, they said they found a woman saying she had been fighting with a man and that the man was shot once. Police say the man left to seek medical attention. He was later sent to UK hospital. The case will be presented to a grand jury. A Pulaski County man is facing numerous child sexual exploitation charges. Troopers arrested 28-year-old Kyle Matthew Freeman. Troopers say he was interviewed as a result of an undercover Internet Crimes Against Children investigation after finding Freeman was distributing sexually explicit images online. We have new insight into a possible motive for the man accused of murdering a former state representative's daughter, Jordan Morgan, in Madison County. Shannon Gilday's mother says he's not been of sound mind in recent weeks. She says he was concerned about the possibility of nuclear war and talked about wanting to build a bunker. Well, the home where the shooting happened was owned by Wesley Morgan, and it had a bunker inside. State police have not released an official motive for the killing, but they do not believe Jordan was the target. State police believe Gilday had camping gear inside his white 2016 Toyota Corolla. They are telling folks around campsites to be on the lookout as they have not found him yet. One of Shannon's neighbors said she had a terrifying interaction with the suspect last week when he asked to come in and use her computer, wanting to look at articles about Russia and the Ukraine conflict. As news updates come in, Jordan Morgan's family say they do not want her bright light to be overshadowed.
We just want Jordan's accomplishments and character to not be forgotten. How okay can someone be in a situation like this?
Jordan Morgan had recently started a new job as an attorney in Lexington. Williams said Morgan planned on moving out and getting her own new place. A vigil is planned to remember the life of Jordan Morgan. Organizers pushed it back to 9 o'clock Sunday night at the Madison County Courthouse. Friends say the entire community is welcome to remember Jordan and support her family. Shaping Our Appalachian Region, or SOAR, held its first healthcare career pathway fair for high school students today at the Appalachian Wireless Arena in Pikeville. WYMT's Alyssa Williams talked to those involved to learn more about the impact this career fair can have on the healthcare profession and the region.
In response to the healthcare worker shortage that is happening across the nation, but especially in eastern Kentucky, SOAR hosted the Healthcare Career Pathway Fair at Appalachian Wireless Arena.
There hadn't been a career fair here in Pikeville in a while, and so that was where the initial conception of this idea, of this career fair came about. You know, why don't we have a healthcare focused career fair for high school students from the area to show them, okay, if you want to go into healthcare, these are the careers that are available for you.
More than 700 students and staff from the Big Sandy region gathered to get a front row glimpse of different healthcare professions and even got to take part in some hands-on activities.
We put a lot of thought, and thanks to our hospital partners for helping us with that, to think about how they can get creative and be really engaging hands-on with these students today.
Those involved say this event not only showcases potential careers the students can become a part of once they graduate, but it also shows them the healthcare careers that are available in their own backyards.
Hopefully, we can convince at least a few of them that healthcare is a valid career to go into no matter what profession you choose, and that you are able to stay here and give back to your community.
Helping to shape the students of today into the healthcare workers of tomorrow. In Pikeville, Alyssa Williams, WYMT Mountain News.
SOAR's Executive Director Colby Hall says he would like to thank all of the healthcare partners, colleges, and organizations that made this event possible. He adds that he hopes SOAR can host more fairs for different career pathways in the future. London police are asking for your help tomorrow. They will be hosting a Pack the Cruiser event. It will be at the Speedway store on West Highway 192 between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. Event coordinators ask you to bring non-perishable food. The items will be going to God's Pantry Food Bank in London.
It's cooler and drier this weekend as high pressure slowly works into the mountains. I got the very latest straight ahead along with a clean sweep on Pinpoint Down.
And ARH in Harlan receives a big donation from a well-known company. We'll talk to hospital and AFLAC officials about where that money is going.
The WYMT News app offers alerts on breaking stories.